Well, come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
And the hell we gonna do about this?
Hey, Voch.
Man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me, man. VOCHLOMB ARDI. I'm still overcoming a little bit of sickness. I'm still overcoming some under the weatherness. So if my voice gets a little weary, if I got to stop and cough in the middle, if I got to put myself on mute for 2 seconds, you understand. Shouts out to Bleach Report, man. Appreciate Bleach Report. See what I'm saying? It happens anytime, any minute it happens. Shouts out to Bleach Report for having me, man. Download the Bleach Report app. Tell a friend to download the app. Follow the NFL tab, NFL Draft, and the Dallas Cowboys tab. Or just give me a follow if y'all want to see some more of my cool little work over here, you know? I want to have a little conversation with y'all today. A little old discussion. Nothing much. I feel like the biggest flip on our head, right, is the linebackers. You know, we don't look at certain spots as like overnight emergencies. You know what I'm saying? We've been knowing Jalen Tolbert was a problem for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like we've gradually understood that that's a problem. Like Mozzie makes the one tech spot a bit of a problem. Pass rushers not named Micah over time. We understand, especially when Sam gets hurt. We understand that that's a problem. You know. And, you know, we can't even like say wide receiver for real, because even if you knew Jalen Tolbert was a problem or Brandon Cooks got hurt or he's not who he once was, you still got an all-pro guy in CeeDee Lamb that can carry a lot of that weight for you, you know? But these overnight emergencies, where they come from, you know? And is there a such thing? Like, what do I mean by that? Let me just define what I mean by that, right? Overnight emergency, like at one point, in the middle of last year, let's just say like Cleveland or something, the Browns game last year, right? Or just pick whatever, Ravens, whatever, pick a game. The idea of Eric Kendricks as your veteran, Maris Leofau, I call him Maris Leofau as your young guy that's going to take over Eric Kendricks' job as the luxurious hair green dot guy. He's going to take over that job. And DeMarvion Overshown as your centerpiece to build around. That position group got flipped on its head so fast, right? That we didn't gradually, slowly just get bad at linebacker. We didn't gradually go from great to good at linebacker. We went from, I am thrilled about the linebacker position to, that's where we at with it. You know what I'm saying? So Leofau will be fine, but he's not a centerpiece. You know, Eric Kendricks was cool, but he's old guy. You know, Micah Parsons playing linebacker sometimes would be a cool little thing to do sometimes, but boy, have we yet to find a defensive coordinator that can mix that up real good. You know, I'm not saying that it has to happen, but you know, it just, you never know. Overshown is the big issue here. This is the big killer. Knee injuries bother me, especially when you play a position that requires a lot of planting and running and changing directions. Overshown's main job is I chase people. You look on his job description and you're like, all right, can I see your resume? His resume will be filled with him high school, him wearing burnt orange, and him playing cowboy, him chasing people. I think when you have an ACL injury, you lose a part of who you are. That's just what we've been seeing, especially when your job is chasing people. But for you to have another devastating knee injury, man, look, you overcome the first knee injury. You did much better than I thought you was going to do. I should have known better than to count you out. I don't know if we can live through two. So this just me being realistic, because the young version of me, the always optimistic version of me, would be like, oh yeah, man, Overshown will come right back, man, and we'll have our centerpiece of linebacker again, and we'll be straight. But I'm a grown Cowboy fan now. I'm 33 years old now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little more aware. I'm a little more aware now. And 2 devastating knee injuries, there's no way I can walk into this season or the next. We don't even know when he's coming back. This season or the next season. Because it ain't like you could just do some Band-Aid patchwork and be like, oh yeah, we'll just do this for 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and then when Overshown comes back in week 12 or something, he'll be good to go. Dog, we don't know when he's coming back, and we don't know what he's going to look like off of his second devastating knee injury. So before in the draft, like I said, Louisville ain't no centerpiece, but if you pair Louisville with Overshown, that's a good little tandem. I think that's important. Louisville, in my personal opinion, I think he's going to be as good as his surrounding pieces. Y'all hear what I said? I think he's a guy that's as good as his surrounding pieces. For example, let's say Mozzie Smith, right? Mozzie Smith with Oso Digizua, you go, all right, Osa's really good. And Micah's probably on the other side, right? I'd hate to live with Mozzie again right there, but he's surrounded by 2 dudes. I think I can survive with Mozzie a little bit. If your 3 tech was a scrub and it was Mozzie, what if it was Mozzie and Tyrone Crawford? Not saying Crawford a scrub, man, but Crawford different than what Osa is, right? Like Osa's leading the league in pressures at 3 tech right now. You know what I'm saying? The surrounding cast makes a difference. So Louisville and Overshown is a nice little tandem. But man, you mean to tell me you finna go in the next season? Let's just say if it was Louisville and Nick Vigil or something. You better go find you a linebacker. That's what we're going to do today, man. We're going to try to find some linebackers, man. We're going to try to find some linebackers, dog, because Nick Vigil and Louisville ain't cutting it. Ain't going to cut it. So as I pull up my handy dandy, as I pull up my little handy dandy, Our Lads is where I go to get depth charts, and Spotrac is where I go to get contracts. Let's just take a look at the Cowboys roster there. Overshown's here, but his knee hurt. And he worked hard too, but you never know. Let me make me a circle. I like being a circle. There we go. Maris Learfow's around. That's cool, like I said, but it depends on who else is around Maris Learfow. It's cool. Chat, what y'all think about Damone Clark coming up in here? What y'all think about? I think that's a perfect look. Maris Learfow and Overshown, we feel real good about. Real bad, man. Maris Learfow and Damone Clark makes me sick. But we'll see though. Darius Harris, Buddy Johnson, who? Nick Vigil ain't gonna be here, and Eric Kendricks is a free agent. We don't know how the Joneses view him necessarily. So any linebackers that's worth talking about right now is Damone Clark and Maris Learfow. Overshown's hurt. It just is what it is. And look, when I say worth talking about, I should take Clark off that list. So yeah, Louisville's the only guy that's started that you feel good about. Learfow got starts in, and we feel good about it. Damone Clark got a lot of plays under his belt. He got a lot of career starts under his belt. Now, chat, I'm going to ask y'all this. This ain't never going to happen. It's never going to happen, but I'm just curious, right? I would love to know what y'all think about this. What y'all think about Marquise Bell? If we can't find good linebacker that we feel great about, how y'all feel about Marquise Bell giving it another go? I'd rather have Marquise Bell playing linebacker than Damone Clark and Darius Harris. Buddy Johnson was cool, but he's like preseason cool. You know what I mean? I don't know. Let's take a look at this list, man. This list of available free agent linebackers. I did a little bit of scrolling around prior to y'all being here, and I hate how teams differentiate, how they categorize linebackers and edges or whatever. It's weird. But when I say linebacker, I don't mean Khalil Mack. Khalil's an edge. Hassan Reddick is an edge. Judon Preston Smith, they're edges. I'm talking about off the ball characters that run around and chase people. That's what I'm talking about. You understand? So I kind of went ahead and did the work for you. So y'all know the rules, right? Y'all know Stephen Jones's favorite kind of players are players that were former first round picks, second round picks, former good players that you can get for veteran minimum right now. We know that's the most likely. That's the most likely deal. Actually, if I go back to the big list, let me just go back to inside linebackers here. If I just go back to the big list, there's no big names like the other position groups, right? Or there's no big fish, I would say, right? Because Devin Bush is a name that we remember. There's another name up here. Like Bobby Wagner's a name that we remember, right? But it's not like if I go to wide receiver, we got T. Higgins up there and Devontae Adams up there. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me hit available. That's the one thing I forgot to do. I forgot to hit available. Okay. So let's go back to linebacker real quick and just see who's some of our available linebacker options, okay? Levante David is one of them. And his current market value is $6.7 million. I think that's a lot for Stephen Jones. Now, me personally, I wouldn't mind paying a linebacker $6.7 million, but is Levante David the right guy that'll do that for you? And he's always hurt guy also, but he's still good enough to demand $6.7 million. Now, $6.7 million ain't double-digit money, but we're talking about linebacker money right now. We're talking about linebacker money right now. Like Eric Kendricks last year was making $3 a year. You know what I mean? So what's the medium? Dre Greenlaw, who's another one. And look, fan of him, but he got hurt in the Super Bowl game. But besides that, he was solid linebacker, good to go, can play. Didn't really see him affected by, age or anything. 27 years old. He'll be 28 by the time the season starts. All right, Dre Greenlaw for $6.7 million and a young-ish player 6 years in. I think Dre Greenlaw is a name you should possibly think about considering. I don't know how cheap Stephen Jones wants to go at linebacker, but I think this would be worth looking at. Now, see, Bobby Wagner wants 7. Now, that's what Stephen Jones is going to be like, now, you wait a damn minute. The difference is Bobby Wagner's going to be 35 when the season starts. And we see him slowly decline. We see Bobby Wagner slowly showing his age a little bit. So if Bobby Wagner's market value is $7.2 million, Cowboys not in that market. We're trying to find a little more balance here, right? Kazir White. He's going to be birthday March 1. So he's going to be 29 years old by the time the season starts, right? And mind you, I don't know nothing about Cardinal football because none of us do, right? But let me take a look at so he had one of his best years last year, besides his 21 season with the Chargers there. He had 137 tackles last year. Hey, so look, that's solid relative to what we're looking for. I don't think the Cowboys are looking for any superstar linebackers because, first of all, they don't exist for real. Where are the superstar linebackers in the league for real to even call them that? You know what I'm saying? If his last contract was 2 for $10 million, I think that's right around what brother Steven looking at a value of 5.8. So right now we got two names, Chad. We got Dre Greenlaw and we got Kaiser White, just free agents that I think Stephen Jones and our beloved Dallas Cowboys could be looking at. Now, wait a minute. Now, this was Stephen Jones' love right here. This was Stephen Jones. Lorenzo Carter for $1.5 million? Wait a minute. That what he like. That was Stephen Jones like. He want that 1.5 pack. Steve want to save a little bread on that 1 year deal. It used to be 2 year deals. Y'all remember that? Stephen Jones, you sign these people these 2 year deals with that 1 year guaranteed. And I could just cut you at that second year if it don't go right. Stephen Jones used to be surgical with them, John. Lorenzo Carter, 2 years, $3-4 million. Man, $3 million with the incentives that'll get you up to 5. Man, that's a deal right there. The problem is you might not be good at linebacker, but the money makes sense. Hey, the money makes sense. You might not be good at linebacker, but the money gonna make sense. Damn, boy, Shaq Thomas can't even get the 0.5. Chad, what happened to Shaq Thomas, man? Let me take a look at his stats. Oh, Shaq been hurt. Okay, well, Shaq been hurt guy. I see. So, if Shaq has been notorious hurt guy for this long, he's about to be 31 as well. So that makes a little bit of sense. But former first round pick, I can get him for $1 million. Not even 1.5 million that some of these other cats gonna get. But the regular straight up and down $1 million. You never know. Then I thought about how much it's gonna take to bring back Eric Kendricks, and Kendricks outplayed his contract last year and made himself some money. Eric Kendricks made himself some money. Now, remember, Eric Kendricks last year was going to go to San Francisco. He was going to sign to the four. He actually signed. The rumor went through, like the agreement went through. He just changed his mind. And he ended up signing with the Cowboys because of Mike Zimmer. Now, Zimmer's not here anymore, right? Zimmer's going off with his wife. He's about to go live happily ever after. Shouts out to Zim. You know what I'm saying? But Kendricks was signed to a 1 year, $3 million deal, which is higher than what I thought Steven was gonna pay. But 1 year, $3 million, cool. Now he's averaging, or his market value is $6.8 million. He was a top 10 linebacker this year. Now, does Stephen Jones reach out to bring that back? Because I was about to say, to bring that back for continuity's sake, but ain't no continuity because Eberflus wants an Eberflus guy. So it might be helpful to find somebody that's like an ex-Bear or like an ex-Colt player and see what they hitting on. Do we have any of those? Let me see. Got any ex-Bears or ex-Colts? I probably should have did this before we went live, but it's all right. Quan Alexander down there? I know he ain't making no money. I know Quan Alexander making $38 a year. Go ahead and retire, my boy. I only brought up Tyus Bowser's name because he was a player that was on the Cowboys' actual practice squad, meaning that they know him, familiar with the player. So if they want to bring him back, they could possibly do that. But he's a $1.25 million guy, easy peasy. But he didn't even make the team coming out of preseason. So it depends on what they thought about Tyus Bowser, whether they want to bring it back for another go. And Devin White, who's another player that's been not been playing a whole bunch of football lately. For a lot of different reasons, really. Like Devin White, didn't he sign to the Eagles or something and just get benched? Like, he wasn't bad, he just got benched, and then he was an Eagle free agent for like 30 seconds, and then he went to Houston or something like that. So I don't know what the deal was with Devin White, but the player declined. And hey, man, Devin White, 27 years old. But I guess, man, when you fall off that cliff, you fall all the way off that cliff. it's not a whole bunch of options in the linebacker market, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a lot of options in the linebacker market, ladies and gentlemen. So it may be beneficial for the Cowboys. It may behoove the Cowboys to find a linebacker in the draft, or I don't know. They gonna have to find linebackers. So what else you gonna do? They gonna have to draft somebody in the top three rounds and double back again in the undrafted free agency. I don't know, or just roll some of the guys they got, or maybe Michael Parsons get some linebacker reps. I don't know. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me, man. It's my handful of thoughts for the day. We're just breaking down some of these groups, some of these units, and before you know it, we'll be talking about draft. And the draft is like 49 days away or something like that. So y'all be sure to get ready, put your thinking caps on, make sure you're watching your film, and make sure you come to my YouTube channel, Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI, and stay up to date with all the work that I'm doing. And I think I do some pretty good draft stuff over there. So y'all come over there and tap in with me. Download the Bleacher Report app. Tell a friend to download the app, and be sure to follow the NFL tab, NFL Draft, and the Dallas Cowboys tab, because I pop up on all those. But just follow Voch Lombardi on this too, and you'll know when I go live. Y'all hold it down. Catch y'all next time. Salute.